Alright guys, so Cookie Kingdom has uploaded their patch note for the June 4th update featuring Hollyberry Awaken as well as the new episode of Beasties. So let's look at this together because there's a ton of stuff, and I gotta say, Hollyberry Cookie's skill absolutely looks amazing, but just as amazing as her skill is, it's super long as well. So let's get into it. Hello and welcome to Cookie Run Kingdom. Hollyberry Cookie's adventures will take her to the very heart of Eternal Sugar Cookie's garden in the June 4th update. Sloth or passion? Who will prevail? Find out soon enough. What's new? Hollyberry Cookie's allies are headed to the heart of the garden to save their hero. But the ground is covered with sticky syrup and ravenous monsters await at every turn. The paradise is about to reveal its true nature. Will Hollyberry Cookie get back on her feet and raise her shield once more? So, we have episode 10, Battlefield of Passion. Follow Hollyberry Cookie's footsteps into the heart of the garden filled with dangers and sticky syrup. Episode effects, Sticky Jam. The debuff will activate after your cookies have sustained a certain number of hits. It will reduce attack speed and movement speed, and upon reaching a certain number of stacks, your units will be unable to move. And we also do have the Chariot. Raspberry Cookie has brought the mighty Chariot to episode 10. The Chariot will join the battle in all stages of this episode. At stage 10-17, it will become more powerful as well. We have the Berry Bomb, which is the tactical skill. Before upgrade, the Chariot fires powerful berry bombs, dealing extra damage to targets with HP shields depending on the number of bomb charges you have. You get bomb charges for defeating Cone of Love enemies. Defeating Cone Archers of Love will activate Fever Time, allowing you to fire unlimited berry bombs and maximum bomb charges. After the upgrade, which is 10-17, the Chariot fires powerful berry bombs, dealing extra damage to targets with HP shields depending on the number of bomb charges you have. The upgrade will reduce the bomb charge cooldown and increase their maximum capacity. Alright, we also do have items. In certain stages, you will obtain items for defeating enemies. There are two types of items, and both will reset at the end of the stage. Fever Time, which is going to allow you to use tactical skill an unlimited amount of time at maximum power, and Bomb Charges to add one tactical skill charge. And then of course we have the new Bear Jelly Balloon Expedition area of episode 10. Once you clear the regular mode, you have the ability to go and get regular common biscuits, and then you have the rare, and then we have the epic, and then the legendary as well once you guys do clear all of the hard stages. Alright, now let's look at the main point of this update, and that's going to be the ancient Awakened Hollyberry Cookie, which is going to be called Aegis Hollyberry Cookie. Upon awakening, Hollyberry Cookie's skill will change to Shield of Conviction. Collect soul prisms to awaken Hollyberry Cookie, and skill description, sound the charge. Hollyberry Cookie charges forward with her Shield of Conviction. While her Shield of Conviction is active, she will absorb a portion of the damage allies take, which is going to be damage focused, excluding periodic and indirect damage. Afterwards, she will buff ally cookies, reducing incoming crit damage and making them resistant to damage debuffs. Hollyberry Cookie will gain the Seed of Life buff depending on the amount of damage received during the Shield of Conviction. Once she gains enough Seed of Life stacks, it will bloom into Berry of Life. Steelbound Passion will activate depending on the amount of damage received during Shield of Conviction or after a certain period of time. Steelbound Guardian will activate once Hollyberry Cookie has gained enough stacks of Steelbound Passion or when her HP drops below a certain level. Entering the Steelbound Guardian state will reset Hollyberry Cookie's cooldown, restore HP, and enhance Shield of Conviction. Her final hit will be buffed depending on the damage received during Shield of Conviction. The cooldown for Hollyberry Cookie's first skill activation is reduced, and while she is using her skill, she'll briefly become resistant to interrupting effects. Alright, so we also do have the regular stuff that she has. added onto with a bunch of extra buffs and things like that. So first of all, we have the regular ones where she absorbs the portion of damage focus, right? And then you also do have where after she does that, she's gonna buff where she's gonna make you take less crit damage as well as resistant to damage debuffs. I believe that's the weakness debuff, all right? And then we also do have the Seed of Life, which is going to be already in her skill, but now it's changed to the Shield of Conviction, as well as where you have the Steelbound Passion, depending on the amount of damage received during the Shield of Conviction or after a certain period of time. All right, this is actually crazy because once she reaches that stack or her HP drops below a certain percentage, she is gonna enter this Guardian state where she's able to use her skill again, restore HP, enhance the Shield of Conviction, which we'll have to see how that turns out, the percentage. The final hit will buff depending on the damage received, and then of course we have where her cooldown is going to be pretty much that 1 second most likely. All right, so she does look like a very strong frontline tank, but of course the main thing is going to come down to when you go and see the numbers. So we'll see how she goes. She did have to receive a buff when she first was released because that damage focus was a big portion where she kind of took too much damage and wasn't able to even tank. So we'll see if they have really fixed that issue, especially with so much damage going on inside of the arena and things like that. So let's see how it goes. So we have the Nether Gacha, of course, and then it's going to be the Light of True Passion. 150 pulls, you will get a guaranteed Hollyberry cookie Soul Prism to awaken her. Alright, obtain various bonus reward for every 30 pulls, such as Light of True Passion or Soul Prism. And of course we know about this one already, but let's go into Sugarfly Cookie, the newest epic cookie, who is going to be a support using the skill Butterfly's Whisper. Sugarfly Cookie flies up and heals allies periodically. Afterwards, she will unfurl her wings and scatter sugar dust over the battlefield, increasing crit percentage and crit damage for all allies and reducing the effect of Dream. Sugarfly Cookie is not affected by the Sticky Jam effect. So another cookie who is going to be increasing the crit percentage and crit damage. A lot of cookies are doing that right now, but especially because now that Hollyberry Cookie is going to be reducing the crit damage that your allies are going to take. We'll see how much of a difference these kind of cookies are going to really make inside of the arena, as well as I'll have to see how Sugarfly does when it comes to possibly like the guild boss battle and things like that. Alright, now let's look at the improved skill of Raspberry Cookie. So Raspberry Cookie's skill has been reworked to make her effective against a single target in the front row. She will briefly retreat to assume the Engarde stance. In this stance, she gains an HP shield as well as increased damage resist. She will additionally become immune to incapacitating effects and will use Raspberry Reprise once more if she becomes affected by such effect. After this, she will charge at the closest enemy, targets cookies first, and unleash her Raspberry Reprise at them, briefly reducing the target's defense and attack with the final hit. Now, with the Magic Candy, she gains a Magic Candy and the effect Raspberry Sword Dance. Having mastered House Raspberry's fabled Sword Dance technique, Raspberry Cookie deals even more hits with her Raspberry Reprise, dealing additional damage. Her final hit becomes stronger, leaving a scarlet mark on the target. So we'll see what that scarlet mark does. Alright, and then of course the 10, 20, and 30 effect as well. And then we also do have the resonant topping, which is going to be for Hollyberry Cookie, Raspberry, Wildberry, Tiger Lily, and Sugarfly. Alright, and then we also do have the new costumes, the Protector of Paradise, as well as Blooming Bringer of Sloth. Alright, so we'll see how the gacha goes for these two. Absolutely look wonderful, but I am kind of scared because if you guys remember, my Fire Spirit gacha was not that great. Alright, we have the new icings, of course, that we have for the new update, and then we also do have the master mode for Beast Raid as well. Of course, you're gonna have to clear expert in order to go to the master mode, and then of course the boss's skill will become much more powerful, as well as apply Dream without Voice of Sloth, and that's the reason why Sugarfly is going to be good because of the fact that, you know, you saw Sugarfly's skill is going to be reducing right here, reducing the effect of dreams. So again, focusing on that beast rate as well. Alright, and then we also do have the Town Square Platinum Bell of Glory. Alright, enter the top 500 in Key to the Heart Season 2 and 3 to obtain Hearts of Eternal Love. There is a small chance to obtain Heart of Sweet Love after clearing Beast Raid on Challenge. Alright, which we don't have yet. Alright, use these items to ring the Bell of Glory in the Town Square. The player who rings the Bell of Glory will immediately receive a special Burning Time buff. Upon ringing the Platinum Bell of Glory, all players in the Town Square will receive a reward regardless of the channel. When you see a message saying that someone has rung the Platinum Bell of Glory, head to the Life Fountain to activate the Burning Time. If you are not in the Town Square at the moment of ringing, you will have 5 minutes to visit the fountain and activate the Burning Time, and this bell can be rung once every 5 minutes. Alright, we also do have the new events minigame of Tiger Lily Cookie's Berry Jump. Pretty much going to be that doodle jump kind of minigame that we have. You're going to have to play a simplified version in episode 10, or you can play the full version in the event section. Tiger Lily will jump automatically upon reaching a platform, and then you change your direction, and then things like that. So it's really going to be that jumping and the doodle jump type of thing. Alright, and then you can find items right over here as well. And then this is probably going to be where you're gonna get ability to activate skills and things like that. Alright, and then of course once you guys get to a certain platform and then you guys do fail, then once that happens, it's gonna count towards that number to go, and you can exchange stuff from the berry shop as well as your achievement reward. Alright, we also do have some addition, changes, and improvements as well. Hollyberry Cookie, the Seed of Life and Berry of Life effect has been reworked to perform more stably while maintaining their power. Hollyberry Cookie will now gain a stack of Seed of Life depending on the number of damage it receives, as opposed to sustaining a critical hit as before. Seed of Life will not increase max HP. This effect has been moved to Ancient Cookie buff. Berry of Life will no longer cause stun. Instead, Hollyberry Cookie will apply stun with her attacks. Berry of Life will provide a damage resist buff and periodic healing for a given time. As well as while Berry Cookie's skill has been changed and the match candy has been rebalanced, increase the number of damage he deals to knockback resistant targets, as well as increasing the final blow damage. We also do have the Gacha of Fate theme selection, which is going to be coming out not, I believe, directly of this update, but in the mid update. As well as we have the Soul Prisms. The Gacha animation cutscene and UI has been updated to make Awakened and Original Cookie more distinguishable. Improve the UI to allow you to check stored Soul Prisms in the cookie list and in the cookie's detail, even if you don't have the original cookie, which is nice. The number of obtained Soul Prisms will be more visible during the Gacha animation cutscene. As well as this is kind of a setting for me because they're increasing the chance of actually obtaining Hollyberry as well as Raspberry. They should have just done this to begin with, but it is getting increased a little bit, like 0.5% right over here and stuff like that. Not a big fan of this, but it is there. Alright, we also do have the English voice actor still on a strike, as well as the package available for purchase once again is going to be there. Alright, so that is pretty much what we have for the update. Again, we have so much stuff, right? We have the new episode, we have Master Mode for Beast Raid, we have the, we have the minigame as well, costumes, Raspberry rework / Magic Candy, Sugarfly, Hollyberry Cookie with the Awakened form. So we'll see how this whole update goes. Well, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. We have the maintenance time as well, which is going to be taking place from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. KST time, but that is going to be in 2 p.m. through 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time, and that for me is going to be taking place from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Of course, this is going to be based on if they don't have any emergency maintenance extension, as well as just know that the next update is going to be featuring different things as well. Like we are going to be having the challenge mode, as well as we are going to have a new boss raid, as well as a return of the secret garden. So hope you guys are excited. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are most excited about. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.